Whether you are getting out of the military after serving just a few years or after serving an entire career, it's good to know your options. In this video, we will discuss the most common options that members of the military take when they get out of the military and begin phase 2 of their lives. These options include using the GI Bill, using their secret or top secret clearance, government service, and contracting. I retired as an Army Special Forces Lieutenant Colonel and decided to live off of my retirement salary for a few years to sleep in, enjoy my life, and invest in my family and in my YouTube channel, Life is a Special Operation, which is very personal and important to me. But after a few months of sleeping in, I decided I was too driven to completely retire, so I got a job with a Fortune 500 company as a project manager. It's been a great experience so far. But during this phase 2, as I like to call it, I learned a few things that I want to share with you. Let's start with options. The world is full of options. You've done your duty, you've served. Go out there and do something that makes you happy. The U.S. Bureau of Labor reports that in the United States alone, there are almost 10 million vacant job openings, and millions more globally. Surely one of them would make you happy and be a good fit. So feel free to explore the whole wide world of options to find a second career that's a good fit for you. Many members of the military community who get out use their GI Bill educational benefits to go to a traditional university. The GI Bill usually is able to pay for 4 years of a university. Plus, they give you a small stipend for books and a small housing allowance. This housing allowance is approximately the rate of a single E5 housing allowance at the location of the school. Many people think outside of the box and use their GI Bill educational benefits to pay for flight school, Harley-Davidson mechanic school, or paramedic school. Some states give veterans discounted or free tuition. Do a bit of research and I bet you can find a way to get the education and follow-on training you want for free or for a fraction of the cost. I've already made a video where I tell employers why they should hire veterans. Of course, this list includes hiring someone with discipline, who possesses honesty and is familiar with teamwork and hard work. But many senior members of the military get out with an active clearance. This might be a secret clearance or a top secret clearance. This is a hugely attractive possession for an employee to have. Make sure that you highlight your clearance when applying for a job, which could potentially require having access to sensitive or proprietary intellectual property. And these types of jobs are usually in support of the government. Many members of the military get off active duty and start their follow-on careers in government service. Like the military, government service has ranks from General Schedule or GS1 to GS15. These GS jobs are for all branches of the Department of Defense as well as other government agencies. The easiest transition for a veteran is to get a job supporting the Department of Defense. Unlike active duty positions, which have a requirement to change jobs every year or few years, government service progression is usually slow. And once hired within the continental United States, you are able to stay in that position for almost indefinitely. If you're hired as a GS employee overseas, you are generally only allowed to serve overseas for 3 years. But while you are overseas, sometimes you are authorized a large housing allowance, which is nice. GS jobs are usually office jobs, or trainers, or support. There aren't very many action jobs for special operators within the GS world supporting the Department of Defense. But if you want an action job as a follow-on career, then try GS positions in the FBI, DEA, or CIA. As far as compensation goes, GS job salaries are fair to low, but you do get a retirement that is a blend of Social Security, the Thrift Savings Plan, and the Federal Employee Retirement System. Under the FERS, when you are 62, you basically get 1% of your salary for each year that you served. So if you served 15 years and during your last 3 years you averaged $10,000 a month, then you would bring home $1,500 a month. And if you served over 20 years, the multiplier changes to a whopping 1.1%. It isn't as good as the active duty retirement, but it's a very nice benefit. I have a good friend who retired as Sergeant Major out of JSOC and then spent Phase 2 as a GS. Now he's living off of 2 retirements. Not a bad plan. Let's move on to contracting. Contracting is another very popular post-military career option. It comes in many forms, but I like to simplify by saying that it's a support job or a tactical job. A support job is working in support of the US government. It is usually when the US government is too slow to make it happen or not nimble enough. In this case, the government will hire a government contractor to support their efforts. These jobs are analysts, engineers, trainers, teachers, doctors, program managers. There are also tactical contract jobs. This is where you provide security or tactical support to US government missions. The entry requirement for many of these tactical jobs is being an alumni of the Special Operations community, or having someone vouch for you. When I first heard of government contractors, I thought of Triple Canopy and the missions they did to provide security during the global war on terror. But the truth is, there is a full spectrum of contractor jobs out there. Few of them are action jobs, most of them are not. Generally, the salaries are higher for contractors than for GS employees. And one of the perks of contracting is that if you're working overseas and if you are there for the entire calendar year, the first $100,000 of your salary is not taxed. But on the flip side, the jobs are more volatile, and a contract can be canceled or changed quite rapidly. Most contracting companies offer a 401k retirement plan, and many of them will even match your contributions up to a few percentage points of your total salary. If you were just curious about the differences between contracting and being a government employee, then thanks for watching. But if you're getting out of the military and looking for what to do during the next phase of your life, then I genuinely wish you the best. I'll leave a link to some great resources for you in the comments below. What would you rather do post-retirement? Get employed as a GS employee, work as a government contractor, or do something totally different? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to join my Life as a Special Operations team, and to forward this video to a friend who needs to see it. Life is a special operation. Are you ready for it?